The following is a commercial program paid for by Heritage Agriculture. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and are not those of Nexstar Broadcasting, Inc., this station, or their affiliates or employees.
Welcome to Farm Talk, where we look at issues that affect agriculture and ranching here in the natural state. Brought to you by Heritage Agriculture. Here is your host, Mike Linton.
Welcome to Arkansas Farm Talk. I'm your host, Mike Linton. My guest today is Miss Jill Beck. She's the Arkansas representative for Ag Direct. Jill, welcome to Arkansas Farm Talk.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here.
You bet. Tell me a little bit about Ag Direct.
Ag Direct, we finance agriculture and timber equipment. Only equipment, nothing else. And we pride ourselves in being able to help farmers with their specific needs and the way they want things financed.
Yeah. Well, I know you're the Arkansas representative, but you call on different states, right? I mean, and how big is Ag Direct?
Ag Direct we have over 4,500 locations.
How many?
4,500.
4,500, okay.
And we have over 60,000 customers currently, and it's growing daily. We cover 33 states, and I personally cover all of Arkansas, a little bit of the Boot Hill of Missouri, and part of the western half of Mississippi, just depending on where customers kind of cross over.
I got you. Well, I know we've been friends a long time, and we do a lot of business together, and I appreciate that, you know. Tell me about some of the current programs and the finance rates that Ag Direct has right now.
Currently, our best rate is 2.99. You don't have to be a particular customer to get that. You just have to have over $75,000 financed with us. And as far as programs, we do financing, we also do leasing, and we have multiple different kinds of leases to meet your specific needs. Sometimes it's for tax purposes, sometimes it's for cash flow reasons. And the biggest reason that most people don't realize, leasing is really good for generational, passing the farm down to one generation to the next, because you can control that capital expenditures, you can control the recapture on depreciation, and you can also make sure you're not just killing yourself with capital gains.
Okay, now you mentioned 2.99. That's a super aggressive rate. I know that.
Yes, we try and keep it tight. We are currently the third largest agriculture lender for equipment, and we would like to bump up another one or two. And we always keep in mind our customers, and we need our customers to stay healthy and strong so that we can stay healthy and strong. And if we can offer them a great rate, it helps them right now, this tough times we're in.
Yeah, you mentioned leasing, okay?
Yes.
Tell me about the different types of leases that you offer.
We have traditionally you would consider a lease. You have certain set payments, and at the end you walk away from it. The equipment comes back to me. There's no risk on the dealer or on the customer. And our residuals are decent on those. However, you can step to a pro, which is a true tax lease. However, at the end, the equipment does not come back to me. There we're putting a little bit more risk on the farmer because it's truly for cash flow purposes to keep their payments nice and low. And in the end, they will have to either refinance it, do a new lease, trade it in, pay it off. We have a lot of options to work it at the end, what we consider that residual. And then the third lease is a put lease, which is truly more of a balloon note. And that offers us a lot of flexibility to get a payment that a customer wants, and they still get to take depreciation.
Now, explain a balloon note just a minute. So you can, if you need 3 payments at a set amount or something like that, and you can do that.
Correct.
And then you balloon the balance.
The remaining balance, yes.
And at that time, you could either pay it off or you could refinance it or something like
Or
that,
do
right?
a new lease, or the options are almost unlimited with leases. That's why a lot of people do enjoy leases, because there's a lot more options with those than there are just a traditional finance.
All right, so you have a put lease, you have a pro lease. What's the first one?
It's a pro, FPO. We call it
FPO.
FPO.
Yeah,
However,
FPO.
it's
Okay.
just that traditional lease that everybody thinks of,
Sure.
that you walk away at the end.
Sure, lease it for 3 years and
And then
5
it's
years
mine.
or whatever. And okay, that's what that is. Are you seeing more people financing the equipment for longer periods, or are you seeing more leasing going on right now?
Honestly, I've seen a move away from leases because it has kind of created a glut in the marketplace because a lot of people were doing leases and not worried about the end, what was going to happen, because we were just trying to get through some hard times we've had in agriculture.
Sure.
I've noticed
And we're fighting it right now,
we
too.
are. It's not going away until commodity prices go up. But then I've noticed more people are going to financing, and we do have options out to 7 years.
7 years.
And I've noticed a lot of big equipment, maybe they want to pay it off in 5 years, but they're putting on a 7-year note just in case. Because there's no prepayment penalties with us, so it opens up options to them.
Well, I know a lot of guys will do, they'll spread it at least 5 years. The bigger equipment, 5 years. Some of them will spread 7. But you know, most of the time within 2, 3, or year 4, then they're wanting to trade it back anyway. So that gives them a payment that helps them. You know, they need the equipment that gives them a payment they can deal with, and then, you know, we trade it out after 2 or 3 years.
Whenever, generally it follows, their cycle generally follows what the warranty are with some of your customers. Some customers, that's the most important thing to them. I think I've noticed it's more your bigger farmers with more acreage, because it's imperative that they can get in and out of the fields when it's time to get in and out, get their crops planted and get them harvested before the rains or before there's damage done.
Yes, well, and also with the price of the equipment today, you know, warranty is so important.
Very.
You know, so we back everything with as much warranty as we possibly can. We'll put extended warranty on stuff for guys because we want them to feel safe and secure in what they're doing.
And that's another reason on the leases at the end that gives them an opportunity to re-up that warranty work. They can add that back in and refinance it.
Oh, can they?
Yes,
okay.
Because we want to make sure that the farmers are in a good position for them. We don't want a big expense to come up and they can't handle it and they still have crop to get in or get out. Yeah,
yeah. Well, you know, I know another big deal is a lot of the lenders, you were talking about the difference between a lease and a buy. Well, it shifts from time to time, and leases got super hot there for a while, but now everybody's back in the buying mode because of equity. Because if they lease it, they don't own it. They have the use of the equipment. They're paying the taxes on the equipment, but they don't have the equity. So, a lot of people are actually purchasing now to build equity. Now, if I have a lot of questions. I'm asked this all the time. Hey, do I need to buy it or I need to lease it? Well, a lot of it depends on your situation.
And your tax situation.
It's your tax situation, exactly right.
If they've maxed their depreciation, then they need to do maybe some leasing thrown in there so that they can write off the payment if they've already maxed out their depreciation.
And if they're buying property and they're buying different things, then they have their equity in something else so they can do some leases, you know. Jill, stay right there. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Jill Beck on Arkansas Farm Talk.
Since 1921, we've been supporting rice farmers across America. These are the farmers who own our co-op, who prosper together, striving to do more for their communities, going deeper, working smarter, growing stronger. That's how we make good even better. That good comes from the time and toil they're passing down of a way of life that supports not only their families, but families all over the world. So the world can be served with great food. Riceland. United, we grow.
In good times and hard times, Arkansas Farm Bureau is there. We're always working, so our state's farmers and ranchers can continue to put food on store shelves and on your family's dinner table. We support training for medical care in rural communities and the industries that provide materials needed for critical supplies. Arkansas Farm Bureau, working every day to keep Arkansas strong.
The Case IH sales event is the best time to buy. Get 0% financing on all new Farmall, Vestrum, Maxim, and Puma tractors, plus hay tools. Come in today. The sales event ends July 31st.
Keeping farms running, construction moving, and towns maintained is essential. That's why Kubota is working to keep you working. Right now, get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Offer expires May 31st. Visit KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Kubota. Together, we do more.
No matter how you buy ag equipment, AgDirect can finance it. We're powered by Farm Credit, people who know agriculture. So along with options to purchase, lease, or refinance, AgDirect offers attractive rates, helpful service, and ag-friendly terms. When you compare the price of iron, be sure to compare your cost of money. Ask for AgDirect, built for agriculture, powered by Farm Credit.
Make sure you're prepared for the busy planting season ahead with Great Plains planters and drills available at Heritage Agriculture. The Great Plains lineup of planters and drills, including the 3P4025AH twin row and YP825 planters, are accurate, dependable planting solutions, ready to help you kick off your planting season. Heritage Agriculture, the 7 locations to serve you. We're customer focused, customer driven, and we want your business.
Welcome back to Arkansas Farm Talk. I'm with Miss Jill Beck with AgDirect. Jill, we've been talking about, equity, purchase versus leasing and some of that stuff. What are you seeing the farmers and ranchers take advantage of right now, either on the financing or the leasing options?
I see them take advantage of the low rates, and a lot of people are actually going into refinance.
Yeah.
They're looking for that because maybe 3 years ago, 5-6% were the rates.
Yeah, 6.5.
Yes, so there's a lot of room to save money, and it helps with their cash flow, helps with everything when you get a lower rate.
Yeah, well, I know that when the interest rate was 5, 5.5, 6 or better, then sometimes the leasing looked pretty good, looked a little more attractive. Well, now with the lower interest rates, the purchase looks better.
I see a lot of purchases, and I've actually seen a lot of people convert when something comes off a lease and they really like that piece of equipment. They're taking advantage of it and then just doing a refinance.
Yeah.
Or letting the dealer let you take it back in,
Sure.
run it through your shop, do everything you do, and then you resell it to them.
Yeah. Now, on a refinance deal, can you still stretch that 5 to 7 years?
Yes,
depending on the piece of equipment?
Depending on the piece of equipment and the age of the equipment.
Okay.
But I've even done tractors that are 10 years old for another 5 years.
Wow, okay.
So.
Because it's all about a payment today.
It's all about a payment, and it's all about what makes the cash flow works.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have good cash flow, they're not going to be able to make their payments, and the bank's going to get mad, and the dealers are going to get mad when they're not paying their bills.
Yeah, well, our farmers and ranchers, they're fighting a lot of stuff right now. The trade war, the COVID-19,
yes.
This commodity prices, everything. So everything is payment driven.
Yes.
Everything's payment driven. Are you seeing a lot of refinancing with your farmers and ranchers right now?
I would say this year we're up 30% across the board in the United States with the company. And most of that is due to refinancing that we're taking on.
Yeah, so you're seeing a lot of refinancing.
Yes, and with a refinance, not only are you looking to better your interest rate, but we're also trying to help the farmers. Some of them got in July, something broke down and they had to get something. Well, that's not a good cash flow time for most row crop farmers.
Yeah.
So we're able then to rework the terms and find a date that works with their cash flow. And just like row crop farmers are annual pays generally.
Sure.
And then your ranchers, they might be semi-annual or quarterly depending on when they sell their calves. If they calf twice a year or once, and are they keeping them? Are they selling them as they come off the mamas, or are they going to go ahead and background them?
Yeah.
So we always are conscientious when we refinance or finance to try and match that cash flow for the farmer.
For when they're going to have their money?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this. We talked about refinancing. Okay. I'm just going to give you a scenario. Let's say we're going to refinance something. We're going to run it through our shop. We're going to add the work we've done to it on top of it. Now they'll still need a down payment.
Yes, we generally want 20% equity on a
Okay.
refinance.
Yes.
Sometimes they're going to have that, and sometimes they aren't. So it'll depend on the piece of equipment and what they've done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So they will need to come up with a down payment on refinance, but a lot of times.
Not always. I've had a lot of people that are in a decent equity position that we
Okay.
were okay with.
Okay.
So it all depends on the equipment and where they sit currently.
Yeah,
Some
it's-
equipment is actually really holding its value
Yeah, so
better
it's
than
deal
we
by deal.
expected.
It's deal by deal, right?
Can't across the board say it's this way.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. How do you obtain Ag Direct financing, or how do you learn about it? I know you come to your local dealer.
Go to you guys.
Yeah.
Contact your local salesman, ask them about it. I'm also available, but generally I like to get the initial contact through the dealer.
Sure, and I know we've gotten you in on a lot of deals.
Yes.
That we've done, and you've went and met with our customer base and helped put some deals together, and I appreciate that very much.
Yes.
You know, so you know that's they just need to contact us, even if it's about refinancing or something else. Just call one of our dealerships, and then we'll get you involved, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there a better rate than 2.99, or is that pretty much the bottom? I'm talking about somebody that's got wonderful credit.
So we buy our money daily.
Okay.
We really like to stick what we've set our market at, because we try and treat all customers the same. But if there's a particular reason that might be a really large deal, it might be one of your very, very best customers and you're going to lose it otherwise, I'll always see what I can do.
Well, 299 is super aggressive. I just had to ask.
Yeah, I know you did.
I just had to ask. What do you anticipate ag sales look like the rest of 2020? Because this has been a crazy year.
Yeah, personally, I think they're going to stay along the lines they have. Anybody that absolutely needs something, there's a lot of pent-up demand and a lot of need out there to replace some older equipment. And it'll depend on if they announce another PPE. It'll depend a lot on what happens in the commodity market.
Yeah.
But I don't see, farmers, I just read on the way here, oh, I'm not supposed to read on the way here. I read that farmers are very optimistic as of through the end of June. They're actually feeling good about things. So when farmers feel good about where they're going and where they are financially, they tend to spend because they don't like to pay taxes.
Yeah. Well, you know, the last few years we're on the floor. We really have nowhere to go but up.
True.
You know, so I mean, it's easy to be optimistic.
The pent-up demand I was talking about.
Yeah.
They need to replace a lot of their equipment. It's gotten not to the I want to, or boy, it should be nice to have that new shiny tractor. It's I got to have it. I've got to update because repairs are costing me too much.
Yeah, you know, that's what I tell a lot of people. You know, you look at your purchase price, but look at total cost of ownership. You have to consider total cost ownership, because you might buy something a little bit cheaper, but if you have to start paying the bills on it right now today, you've got to look at all that. And then most of the time, total cost ownership, when you look at it like that, you're probably better off trading.
And another thing right now, with interest rates at all-time low, that will go into that equation of total cost of ownership. Because maybe what they had before was at 5-6%, and now they can get it at 2.99.
Yeah.
And on $300,000-$400,000,
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, and that helps you pay other bills.
Absolutely.
Is what that helps.
Absolutely.
Well, I know you've got a background in cattle.
Yes.
Right? Your family were ranchers, right?
Absolutely. There's not anything on a cow that I can't stick my hand in and take care of.
Well, I knew you grew up like that.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, hold on right there. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back with Miss Jill Beck with Ag Direct.
No matter how you buy ag equipment, Ag Direct can finance it. We're powered by Farm Credit, people who know agriculture. So along with options to purchase, lease, or refinance, Ag Direct offers attractive rates, helpful service, and ag-friendly terms. When you compare the price of iron, be sure to compare your cost of money. Ask for Ag Direct, built for agriculture, powered by Farm Credit.
There's no better time than now to get a great deal on the Kubota BX tractor. Mow, haul, dig, lift. With the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years, you own the land. Now, make it yours. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
During these busy and challenging times, Krone wants you to know we've got your back. So we're offering you 90 days of deferred payments on select models of Krone mowers, tedders, rakes, and round balers. That's right, make no payments for 90 days. And you can choose from 0% financing options to get the new Krone equipment you need. Check out these low monthly payment examples on select models of new Krone equipment.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota MX Series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity, hydrostatic or gear transmission options, and affordably priced. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
Case IH sales event is the best time to buy. Get 0% financing on all new Farmall, Vestrum, Maxim, and Puma tractors, plus hay tools. Come in today. The sales event ends July 31st.
Since 1921, we've been supporting rice farmers across America. These are the farmers who own our co-op, who prosper together, striving to do more for their communities, going deeper, working smarter, growing stronger. That's how we make good even better. That good comes from the time and toil they're passing down of a way of life that supports not only their families, but families all over the world. So the world can be served with great food. Riceland. United, we grow.
Make sure you're prepared for the busy planting season ahead with Great Plains planters and drills available at Heritage Agriculture. The Great Plains lineup of planters and drills, including the 3P4025AH twin row and YP825 planters, are accurate, dependable planting solutions, ready to help you kick off your planting season. Heritage Agriculture, the 7 locations to serve you. We're customer focused, customer driven, and we want your business.
Welcome back to Arkansas Farm Talk. I'm with Miss Jill Beck with Ag Direct. Jill, we were talking, I was asking you what you thought about sales from here on out through 2020. And I mean, I can tell you we've been super busy. I mean, thank goodness. I mean, we've been blessed. A lot of people, they choose us to be their dealer of choice, and I'm thankful for their business. I've built our whole business model around service, and you know, service is everything. You know, you can always get a cheap price anywhere, but I've built our whole business model around service. Now, there's always a time, now that I said that, there's always a time that we can't get a part or we can't meet someone's needs, but it's not because of effort. We're going to do our very best. You know?
Well, I actually have told many of your salesmen, they might think they're making all those sales. They make the first initial sale and they develop that relationship.
Yeah.
But if your service guys and your parts guys aren't helping you out,
yeah,
you won't be making the second one.
That's right. And I tell everybody, you know, whether you realize or not, I don't care what role you play, we're all in the service business.
Absolutely.
You're in the service business. I'm in the service business because we're servicing farmers and ranchers.
I've seen your salesmen work on the equipment as much as anybody.
Yeah.
They're out there doing what needs to be done, especially during planting and harvest seasons.
Yeah, we got a great team. They've been delivering combines today because our service departments are just so overwhelmed. You know, so it doesn't matter. You buy a combine from me, you buy a tractor from me, you buy a zero-turn lawnmower from me. I mean, we want your business, and we're going to do our very best to take care of you. You know, we touched on programs and finance rates. I just want to hit that one more time, okay?
Okay.
You said the best rate right now is 2.99.
2.99.
Yeah.
And that's on a purchase or a lease, new or used, as long as it's over $75,000.
Mm-hmm.
We do purchases, refinances. And I did want to re-hit on something. I don't know if it came across right. When I said you can take it back in the shop and add stuff to it,
yes,
you would have to take it into your inventory and then resell it to the customer. That
Sure.
would not be a refinance. That would be a sale.
Okay.
And then we do refinances just as they have it currently, and leases.
Yeah.
And all 3 lease options are great depending on your personal situation. And generally, I always try and tell people, if you don't know as much about taxes, you probably need to call your tax accountant before we decide which type to do.
Yes, do I need to purchase it, or do I need to lease it? and let's hit one more time on the different lease options you have, so make sure everybody understands.
Okay, there's FPO, which
Okay.
is a true walk-away lease that you think about when you think about leasing.
Okay.
So at the end, say you're keeping it for 3 years, X dollar amount of payments, the residual is so much, and it becomes mine at the end.
Okay.
You always do have that option to purchase, but it's
Yeah.
not necessary
can
on the
walk away
walk-away.
from it. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And then we have a pro or a put.
Okay.
The pro lease is a true tax lease, so you're going to write off the payment, but it has a higher residual, which gives you a lower payment than that walk away. But we're asking the farmer to take some of that risk, so at the end, it doesn't come back to me, but you still have the options of refinancing it, doing a new lease, trading it in. 9 times out of 10, I see them trade it in.
Yeah.
And then we also have that put lease. And that put lease is not a true tax lease. It's more like a balloon note. It allows you to take depreciation but still have those lower payments
Okay.
to help with cash flow.
Okay. All right. Now, the other option, of course, is to buy it. Okay.
Correct. Always purchase is a good option.
Purchase. And then, but you can, if payments are an issue, we can stretch them up to 7 years, correct?
On the right equipment for the right customer, absolutely.
Okay. And there is an option of maybe doing a balloon note, setting 3 payments at a certain amount, and then ballooning the rest, and then paying it off or refinancing that balloon when it comes up, right?
Absolutely. Well, that is that put option of the lease.
The put option, okay.
Yeah. We can't really do it on a true finance. It has to be on that lease because
Yeah.
the lease gives us more flexibility in a lot of tax laws.
Yeah. Now, you live in Northeast Arkansas. I'm from Northeast Arkansas.
I live in Mark Tree.
I grew up in Truman.
I grew up in Northwest Arkansas
Okay.
on a cattle farm.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a big difference between Northwest Arkansas and Northeast Arkansas, but the best part is the people are all good no matter where you
People
are.
are great. The people are great.
And the industry we are in
Yeah.
is the best.
Yeah.
I started this job 7 years ago. I probably met you 7 years ago
Yes.
on the very first trip at an Equipment Dealers Association meeting. But what amazed me is at first I was like, oh, this is not the job for me. None of these, I've not done any of this stuff before. It's not the job for me. But the people made it awesome.
Yeah.
And working with farmers and dealers, agriculture is just different than about anything else that you do.
It is.
The people are the best.
You know, I had the governor on last week, and 1 out of 6 jobs in the state of Arkansas is directly related to farming. And our farmers and ranchers are the best in the game. They're the best in the world.
They are. They
know.
work harder than anybody.
They do. They do. Okay. Anything else you want to hit on Ag Direct?
You can call your dealer anytime. Call Mike. We are here to serve you, and we'll do our very best to come up with a solution for both your purchase needs and your cash flow. And you can always call me directly if you need to, and Mike can give you my number.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'd like to thank you for everything that you do to help us put deals together for our farmers and ranchers, okay? And if anybody needs to refinance some equipment or needs to purchase some equipment especially, hey, give me or one of my guys a call at one of our 7 locations. We'll get Jill involved and we'll get you a deal. Thanks for watching Arkansas Farm Talk. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching Arkansas Farm Talk, brought to you by Heritage Agriculture.